following program is an exclusive Disruption Networks production.
The Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley was born when 3 top-producing agents with over 25 years of combined experience selling real estate joined forces to take real estate to the next level. We practice with honesty, integrity, and the knowledge to help make the buying and selling process easy and stress-free for all of our clients. We pledge to always make our clients our top priority from start to finish and even after the house is closed. We will always be a valued resource for information and assistance for our buyers and sellers. Our customers over the years have become not only past clients, but great friends. As we join hands together as the Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley, we look forward to serving our clients and our community and making a positive difference. You can reach us at 315-601-9630 for all of your real estate needs.
When it's your hard-earned money on the line that you are investing into a home, it makes sense to choose a proven professional to assist you in making one of the biggest investments you may ever make. Josh's dedication of over 20 years to the home construction industry allows him to bring knowledge and experience to your doorstep. That means you can feel confident and comfortable with his service to you. Past clients love his attention to detail and thorough written reports. By allowing Priceless Inspections to help you make a well-informed decision concerning your property, you will find that a quality inspection is priceless. Follow Priceless Inspections on Facebook or call 315-525-8725.
Hi, this is attorney Nick Pasalacqua. The team of attorneys I have assembled at Pasalacqua & Associates has been carefully hand-picked to include the best trial attorneys in the particular areas of the law that we practice. Have you been charged with DWI or any other crime? Members of our team include former assistant district attorneys, now fighting to protect your rights 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you or someone you love been seriously injured in a motor vehicle accident? Members of the team at Pasalacqua & Associates include former insurance defense attorneys, now fighting to ensure that you get every penny you're entitled to. If you need legal help quick, don't waste your time or money calling anyone else. Remember, for legal help quick, you better call Nick and the team at Pasalacqua & Associates. 315-500-NICK or 315-500-6425 or visit cnytriallaw.com today.
Hey everybody, it's Adeline here with you, and I have Ben Giorgi joining me tonight. Hey Ben.
Hey Addie, what's up?
No, what's up with you?
It's all good. Thank you guys for having me back. I'm so
glad to have you.
To be back here.
Beautiful day too.
Yeah.
Sun is shining in through the door. You're gonna be blind. You're gonna be blind in about what, 20 minutes?
20 minutes. Yeah, we got some good weather. Finally, I'm sure everyone's pumped. It's so nice out.
The trees are budding.
Yeah.
I was like so excited today just driving down the road, and I don't know why it all of a sudden hit me. I was like, oh my God,
it was all
leaves.
The last bit of snow like around our pole barn is gone. I'm like, yes, now it's time.
Finally.
You know?
Yeah. Well, speaking of May and flowers and trees, I don't want anyone to forget this Saturday, May 12th, you have Flower Fest. One World is putting on the 4th annual Flower Fest, and it's going to be on Oneida Square. So stop down 11 to 3, grab Mom some flowers, take Mom.
Yeah, get down there. It's going to be an awesome event.
Yeah, they'll have some shopping and some art shows and flowers, so it'll be a good time.
You know, anybody
music.
that complains there's just nothing to do around here, and
they're not looking.
You gotta find, they're not looking.
Well, Wednesday, if you're not doing anything during the day, meet up at City Hall at 11 o'clock. They're gonna get a crew together, take a bus up to Oneida Square to get everything ready for Flower Fest.
Awesome.
Or if you can't make the bus at City Hall, we're gonna join them at about noon up on Oneida Square. So.
Awesome.
What are you doing that day, Ben?
Good.
I'll rope you in. You got an
sure.
inspection or something?
If I'm not working, I'm enjoying life.
All right. Well, if you're not working, come clean up with us.
Definitely.
All right.
I'll always love to give back.
Perfect.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me back. I'm so excited to be
let's
back.
talk about some stuff. You've got some exciting things happening business-wise.
Yeah, business, personally, life is good. It's good.
Life really is good right now.
We've been really focused on getting the other companies up off the ground, and we've been, Joe and I, we've just got our hearts into it. We just it's our everything. We love it.
You can tell. You can tell you love it just by your results.
Yeah. It was just kind of like stemmed off of radon systems. Like,
right.
What else can we handle? And like, I think, once we started doing that, and these are industries where they're very difficult because you really have to be good in the classroom, which the classroom is not really all my strength, as everyone knows. But I get through them. I get through the classes.
Right.
I study hard, but then you have to take that into the field.
Right.
You're not in like a cubicle or a desk. You're out like drilling concrete, or you're up on scaffolding. It's just a great industry.
So is your partner a little more classroom friendly?
Yeah, he's both. He's
so you
amazing.
have good balance.
He some of the stuff that he can do amazes me. And I think sometimes on this end, we have different titles like in the company. So,
right.
I handle more of this side of the business and try to make connections in the area, see where if another smaller company can help us or we can help another company take some of the load off, some of the larger companies, if we can get their crumbs, as we call them. They're
the scraps.
For us, they're great scraps. They're good sized scraps. So
right.
We're not our egos are in check. They're at the door, and we try and take as much as we can.
Well, you've done a few big projects. Are you at liberty to discuss anything that you've done?
I can tell you, we did the big cleanup for the DEC, Department of Energy, Environmental Conservation. Sorry, and we have a few good things going with some of the healthcare facilities. Some of the colleges are in work, so we have some commercial jobs coming up on our pike, both in every department. And then we're really launching the asbestos division
nice.
Like in the next couple months.
So you're ready for that almost.
We're pumped for that. Yeah, there's a lot
nice.
more rules with that. It's very
it's scary stuff.
It's very serious stuff. And like you have someone from the state on your job sites. But we love challenges. We want that. We encourage to do it right because it's one of the things that we always do. We do things right.
Right. Well, all right, when we're talking about the different divisions of the company, let's run down, because when you were here last time, we had radon, inspection, and mold.
We were just starting the mold.
But that was it.
Yeah.
And now you're so much further.
Yeah, we launched the mold division on a big county job that I got. A couple leads. We beat a couple other people out. We were aggressive, and the lead came from Property Sisters. It's awesome. It's connections.
It is
all about. But
when you do a good job, I think people are more likely to throw your name out there.
Right, and also too, you just can't depend on that referral. You have to go after it. You have to be the one to be like, okay, they help get in the door or whoever. So now it's time to let's go after it. So
now I've got to do them proud.
Yeah. That led to just getting our names out and just networking, and now we tackle. We're trying to tackle some of the larger jobs because we as a company now can take the bad stuff out, but we also have capabilities now to restore everything.
Right.
HVAC systems, chimneys, if there's asbestos pipe in there. So we've picked some of the top tradesmen in the area, and we've hired them under our company. So pretty exciting.
See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I love
we're,
that.
We're small, but we like to our size right now.
Right.
It's the perfect size to be.
Well, it's manageable.
It's manageable,
and you can have that personal service, which I think makes a big difference.
With any company, you you have growing pains, some slow. Ours have been excruciating because we've grown so fast, and it's very scary, but it's the best ride ever. Experience.
Well, Ben, there's no such thing as doing too good a job.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah.
So I mean, you'll catch up. You'll get more good people in place, and
don't forget, these are new businesses. I've only, RS Home Inspections and RSE. We've only been in business
2 years?
under 2 years. So it's
incredible.
It's not. Thank you so much. It's not. So we're growing and learning. So we want something for us and to pass down to maybe our kids, to make it a big family company, because that's all we are, a family company across the board.
Yeah. Well, and I know with your wife being a doctor that environmental concerns are huge for you, and you know.
Yeah. And she'll kick my butt if I don't do my job there. So because health is her business.
Yeah.
And we take it very, very seriously. So I have a lot of people that are counting on us.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're still doing home inspections?
Yeah, the home inspections is great. I still love the interaction with people. It's just, the talking and learning about their whole family and imagining their family in that house, like that helps me kind of shape the kind of inspection that like I do for them. Okay, you have a son. Okay, then we start to talk about some of the more serious hazards the house can have. You don't have any kids? Okay, then I'll tailor design for you an inspection that's kind of more suited to your taste. So, and I've been throwing in a lot of planning for people. They know I have like design experience now, so they'll ask me, "Is it okay if we can do this and that?" And I have no problem like taking the extra step and kind of helping them quick, with some extra that they want to save. So, and I'll even include that in the report for them. So it's been going really well. I love doing the home inspection.
I could see you having, 1,000 employees and still on a Wednesday at 1 o'clock say, "Yeah, I'm going out for my inspection now," and just take off to, I could definitely see you never giving that up, because you do love it, and you do take a lot of time with the client.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Yeah, I try
our last inspection, was it our last one? Well, one of our last ones anyways. Was so nice because my client was so nervous.
I know.
And it was such an emotional thing for her.
Their hand shaking. When
yes.
Hand, you could just tell they're nervous.
You sitting down, you actually pulled out a chair, sat at the table, said, "Over here, sit down. Let's talk a minute."
There was some consoling hugs, I think, too.
There was, and there were a few tears. And, but it was
those
just
clients, because they show you their true self of their house.
Right.
They get so attached to the house.
It's such a big deal.
So much
and for her, she did need that.
Yeah, it does.
But for you to pick up on it, that meant everything to me.
Awesome, and I love doing it. And she needed that.
Oh,
help.
definitely.
Like people, like, you just see the look on their faces, like this is everything. Like they're coming from an apartment, they've been paying somebody else's rent for a long time, and they're finally like ahead, and they found their dream house, and you just can tell like.
But they've never had to do repairs.
Like they've worked so hard for it.
Yeah, and so then there's the excitement is tempered by, oh my God, what if the water heater goes?
Yeah, and then at the end of the inspection, they're like, oh, there was so much excitement. I don't remember. I said, don't worry, it'll be in the report for you, so you can look back on it.
Yeah,
as like a kind of a guide like that. So.
Yeah, because nobody ever remembers. No. And I've even had people there. They bring their notebook, and they're taking notes. And about halfway through, they forget to take their notes.
It's just they're so excited,
Or something, you get thinking about something, get distracted. Oh, I want to do this over here.
Yeah, I a lot of time to, them, so I can, so like I say, I know they're not looking, they're looking to see if their TV's going to fit or their couch is going to fit here. So I'll interject to them your TV will fit over there. And they bust out laughing. And so we like to keep inspections light, but do a good job. I think it kind of eases the tension there.
Because it is nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
during the process, I really think the inspection for buyers and sellers,
Yeah.
you know, it's a nerve-wracking time.
And it's there. You never know who's going to show up. You can have that uncle who's a contractor who's just turning breakers on and off. He's on his own, and you have to be
Yeah.
diplomatic with the
Yeah.
family.
You're like, Uncle Charlie,
Get out of
come
here.
here. Do you touch one more thing, I'll break your arm.
See you later. Yeah, you're hitting the road, Jack. You know, so
Oh, God.
it's you know, you want them to, you know, to be comfortable, and you know, I love doing inspections for like refugees. They pull out of their pocket this like crumpled up, taped up picture of their family, like halfway across the world in like a little hut, like a mud steel hut.
Adobe.
Yeah, and then they're putting an offer. They have a loan on like a two-family, like an older home,
Right.
and those are my favorites.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love doing those. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like the dream, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
I always find my favorites whoever's in front of me.
yeah,
I kind of just, you know,
yeah,
it's exciting no matter what. But I do have to say that when you have somebody that's coming to this country
yeah.
and coming from so little,
for
or
sure.
that, I mean, I've come across people who just have been through things that I
Unbelievable.
could
I'm
not.
Dog. I'm
Right,
definitely.
I am always
yeah,
too.
I'm an
I am
underdog,
always
you
too.
know.
You know, and they've come from these just devastating situations, and here they are, and they're
I do whatever I can to help
Yeah.
them. You know.
yeah.
It's
So all right, it's
Yeah.
spring.
Spring.
We're finally seeing some grass and
I
some
know.
sunshine.
What's going on? What is that thing
I
in the
love it.
sky? What is-
Let's not talk about
Okay,
it,
yeah.
because if we do
might
too much, it
disappear.
might go away.
might disappear.
What can sellers, homeowners, do right now for their houses? What should they do once they walk out, take a left, and take a trip around their house? What should they be looking at to kind of do right now?
Yeah, so you know we've had a lot of storms. The wind,
Ugh.
these tornado warning, and the wind. So any siding that's missing, flashings around tend to get blown and,
Right.
and off the siding, and those are areas where any other storm could come in and damage your sheathing. So definitely the shell of the outside of the home.
Okay.
I think, you know, the shell, like the roof,
Anything
gutters,
covering.
if gutters are clogged, you're not getting the water drain off.
Right.
Sometimes the snow knocks the downspouts away, so you want to get those away from the house.
Right.
Maybe you can put a little stake around your house where like the low spots are to flag, so you get some dirt up, so to shed all the water away. A lot of happens in the outside in the
Right.
winter because nobody goes around their house in the winter, you know, except us.
No. Right. Right. Well, and then you don't think about it.
No, you don't.
You know, until you go to sell and you know, a buyer comes by and says, "Hey, what about that tree branch on the roof?"
Why is it
Or
in my living room.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You really
Sure.
don't think about it.
Yeah, and I was going to talk about that too. That's a great point. Any tree limbs that are hanging over your roof, it's a good time to get those away from
Right.
the house.
Well, especially with what we've seen.
Yeah.
You
and
know.
talk around the sealants, flashings. If it's cracked or it's open, and these are not to repair them. It's not very costly.
No.
You know, it's something that a lot of homeowners can do. You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
Any loose steps, if you know, from the snow and any heaving.
Right.
You know, from trip.
Yeah, it was a rough winter. It was
Yeah.
long
Was
and tough.
yeah, we've had a lot of snow, a lot of flash freezings.
Yeah.
You know, I'll talk about that when we talk about going to our other departments. The pipes freezing on the fans and because the temperature. So
Oh, on the radon
the radon
systems?
system. Yeah, we'll get to that when
Ooh.
we start talking about that. Kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Wow.
Inside, you know, I think it's air conditioning season.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, it's a good time to, you know, get those ACs serviced. You might, you know, you want to do a duct cleaning or,
Right.
you know.
Get all the winter yuck out of it.
Yeah.
Everything's been sealed up so long. Yeah.
Also, too, a lot of people don't think about it. If you have an older heating system, it's better to do it in the some summer months when some of the HVAC guys are not doing as much heating. You know, you might be able to get a deal to get your HVAC service for the fall. So when
Well, or if you need a part.
Anything. Yeah.
It's better to do it when you don't need your heat.
Yeah, because you use your furnace, you know, for your air conditioning. So, yeah, you know, you've seen driving by, going here on your way to houses. Everybody's out.
Oh yeah.
Breaking, and everyone's enjoying the weather,
getting everything cleaned up.
Yeah, the houses are starting to come back. They're hosing it off. Some of the dirt from the road rash. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do you have the same? Now, Wendy was in last week, and do you have that problem where you drive down the road and you're like, bush is too close to the house, needs windows, roof has missing shingles, chimney needs pointed.
Yeah. Oh, it's
like, oh my god,
it's like a sickness.
It is.
It's like you know, and I don't criticize anybody's house. Like,
well, no, but you just can't turn it off.
No. Like, yeah, when I go
you can't turn it off. It's like, oh, they should go pressure wash that. They need to point that chimney.
Right. Yeah. So
it flows.
A lot of I have a little joke. You know, some of the psychiatrists that we know that we talk to, like, are you in my head right now? Like at party, you know, some of the hospital events and stuff, and I, you know,
yeah.
Are you? It's like.
Are you diagnosing me?
Like the psyche, like. So I gotta say, that we do it a lot, and you know what? I even got Samara, our daughter, kind of keeping an eye out.
That's funny.
I teach her a lot of stuff about.
That's funny because Emily does the same thing.
Like, you know,
they spend too much time with us. Those poor kids. You know what? We're ruining them.
And I love it. It's just.
I think they do too.
To succeed, and,
oh, absolutely. Absolutely,
it's
because
not just you know what we do. It's more like, you know, home ownership stuff. Like, it's, you know, like you take care of your home stuff.
Right. That everybody should know.
Yeah.
You know, they really should.
Yeah. It's so funny because the way that I do it is, and I say I know that, and then I can say I got a guy who can fix it. You know, or we can do that. That's no problem.
See, that's why I had to start the page. I got a guy. Yeah. Because I would always say, I got a guy. I got a guy. I got a guy.
That's the best.
It's a Utica thing, though.
It is. It's great. It's such an awesome tagline. You know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I got a guy.
Yeah. I always got a guy.
But also a woman too.
Right.
A woman. There's woman coming into our
absolutely.
industry, and
I know. We were just talking about Wendy. I think Wendy's watching actually.
I hope she is.
And
I'm so proud of her as a woman coming into our industry. I could not be happier for her.
Yeah, and she does a phenomenal job.
Great. That's what I've been hearing.
Yeah.
Super.
You know, and I told Joelle, I said, you know, with your wife being an inspector, you have such a leg up on every other realtor.
Sure.
Because you have somebody, somebody who can teach you what to look for to protect your clients.
And you know now it's advantage.
It is.
It's all competitive advantage.
It is.
Because there's not a lot of.
Right. My buyers usually go through one inspection.
Right. Yeah. That's
one. They and you know.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, I'm not an inspector, so I do miss things or there's things I can't see. But they're normally not so blatant. You know, I can pick out a shithole, for lack of a better term, like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you pay attention on inspections. You know, you
well, because I want to learn.
Yeah, you seldom do other work when you're very into it, and I see your clients that they love that.
Yeah. Well, I drive you nuts too. I'm like,
no,
wait, Ben, what's that mean?
I love stopping a little bit to give some education.
Yeah, I know. You know, so many of you guys are like that too.
You know,
Josh does the same thing.
Yeah,
you know,
dude, Josh is awesome.
Yeah, and you know what? I love that you guys all get along so well because you know, people outside of the business think that we're all like, you know, against each other, and they're like, oh my gosh. Were you just out with, you know, Dale Parr? And I'm like, yeah, I was, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Hey, were you with Giorgi?
I know.
Like, yeah, we had dinner the other night. Yeah, we kind of hung out, had some drinks. We talked a little.
Speaking of, I was driving by one of her open houses. And, well, she was setting up signs. And I was driving by and backed up, got out, gave her a big hug.
Yeah.
We're just standing there talking for about 10 minutes.
Seriously,
But
you guys,
we're
you
friends.
guys are a lot alike. You take care of business.
Right.
You know, you guys are on point all the time.
Well, we have to work with each other.
That's the same with the home. There's enough
Right.
inspections to.
That's what I
it's
always say.
Not a fight, and like you know, I love seeing guys succeed.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's just it's awesome. you
Well,
know?
Paul Sacco and I were having this conversation. We were at the board. The board, Mohawk Valley Association
Yeah.
of Realtors, has some videos coming out where Ed gives some tips about this and that. So Paul and I were over there filming those,
Right.
and we were talking about, if there's any one company or one agent that can handle all of the real estate transactions in this area, God bless them.
Right. Let them.
I'll go somewhere else.
Sure. It's yeah.
I can succeed anywhere.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
You cannot. It's impossible. There's just way too much, and you have to have good
You
relationships.
have to put your time in too. You know,
Right.
you have to show that. You have to show the community, the people that are going to trust in you. You
Right.
you have to prove to them
Oh, yeah.
that you're
You have to be there for
you
them.
do every step of the way. you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Before, after, during,
The
when
whole
it doesn't
thing.
affect them
I still get-
directly.
I still get calls from clients. Hey, a cousin of mine's getting inspection. And then they're like, hey, so I had a question, and I love it. I'm happy to answer it. For
Oh,
them,
yeah.
you know?
I get calls from clients all the time. There's water coming in my basement. What do I do?
Yeah, pump it out.
No.
Yeah.
Well, go around, put the gutter back on.
Cul-de-sac solids
I-
disaster recovery.
And people are, you get that when you're working with somebody and you hit that closing mark
yeah.
that they think that, yeah, that's it. Goodbye.
Yeah, right.
It's so not. I want that, housewarming.
Yeah.
I want when you're thinking about a huge remodel to
Right.
call me.
Yeah.
So I can maybe tell you what's, in the market, and you don't make any real
Yeah.
big mistakes.
And also,
I want to see this stuff.
me too. And I equate that with like cars. Like, okay, you have a solid car, but the service after
Mm-hmm.
the fact. That's what, are you going to give me good
Right.
service afterward?
Right.
Am I, are you just going to hang me? I don't,
We'll equate a kitchen remodel to an oil change.
Yeah,
You got to
right.
have me back.
Yeah.
It's like an oil change.
Yeah, I used to love
Every
doing-
3,000 miles.
I used to love doing kitchens. I was one of the Home Depot kitchen
Oh, yeah?
designers for a long time. One of my close friends, Carol, who's there still, she's amazing at kitchens. She took me like under her wing, and she kind of trained me and taught me a lot about interior design. I owe a lot of it
Yeah, really.
to her. Yeah.
You see my wheels turning here?
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, we had to move because my mom moved in with us.
Yeah.
Our kitchen is Pepto pink counters,
Oh, really?
backsplash, and tile floor, pink,
Right.
with blonde cabinets with gold hardware.
You got quite the eclectic mix there. Some retro, some 80s.
I so want to take a sledgehammer to this freaking kitchen.
You know?
I have to find the time.
Yeah.
When I do,
Yeah.
you're coming over.
Yeah, I'll do. We'll throw it together.
I'll have Todd make some jerk chicken on the smoker, and
Oh, yeah.
I'll get you some graph paper, and we'll sit.
We were having this conversation with Frieden out of Rome. She had put up a post on Facebook asking. She put up some pictures. Hey, would you overlook this? And she exactly these bathrooms and some of the kitchens, couple bathrooms, the pinks, the blues from the 70s.
Yeah.
And there was a whole it was an interesting conversation on there. Like I love getting in detail and talking.
Right.
And I said, it's that house could be somebody's everything. It could be in a good school district where the person has a couple kids that they need to get into a good. So they want to overlook that kind of stuff. So I think structural integrity, if everything is there, that stuff can be replaced over time.
Well, or you don't know what somebody's going to like, because when we had downsized the house we moved into, I'm so sad.
Tough, sure.
I'm so sad because it had a GE metal kitchen from the 50s.
Oh, really?
The baby pink.
Oh, man, that's sweet.
And the oven creaked when you opened it, but it worked perfectly. And I loved that kitchen. And I kind of wanted to design the whole house around that kitchen.
Yeah, leave it. So,
But it wasn't,
Yeah.
the house wasn't big enough for my mother. And then the new owners kind of ripped
know,
the kitchen out, broke my heart. I
as
was
a-
like,
as
no.
a kid, I don't remember home improvement or remodeling being a big thing.
No.
Nobody cared.
No, they really
Nobody-
didn't. If it wasn't broken, you didn't fix it.
Right. So, like, what, like, like, we're having something.
HGTV.
We're having, we're having something remodeled. You're doing what? What? Why
Yeah.
would you do that? Why would so like? It
Yeah.
was so funny that now it's everything.
Yeah, well,
You know.
that's a good case in point. My aunt and uncle have been in their house well over 50 years, right over in New Hartford
Mhm.
off Oxford Road. And they just like last week did a kitchen remodel. And my aunt now has a dishwasher.
Your aunt used to sit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh,
that
I
little
forgot.
brother.
Did you see the new kitchen?
No,
Oh, you got to look.
I do. I for sure.
But I forgot. I forgot that they
Buddy,
used to
buddy.
babysit.
She was
Yeah.
such an angel. That woman.
Oh, I love her. I love her.
Yeah.
I make the best cookies because of her.
Oh my God.
I swear, she taught me so much about making cookies.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's
so
different
good.
now that when I used to love that part of the design aspect of it, but now we do that. I lost it at the home inspections.
Right.
The design, because you close your eyes and you wipe everything out of the house out, and you're looking at the framing, the structure, the floors, like the big important stuff, as
Right.
I call them.
Right.
The strong stuff, the roof, and all that stuff. So I miss the all that design, but now on the other side of the company, we're using it again, and
Which is exciting.
I couldn't be happier.
All right, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So,
Like-
how are you?
So, okay, if somebody has a flood in their house, pipe, second floor breaks, they go away on vacation and they come back and the house
Everything's
is
destroyed.
flooded. They have, disaster everywhere. And if it's humid, what's going to grow in there, the mold. So. We have capabilities to not only tear out, take care of the mold, but we can design a new kitchen for them, and we have capabilities to do their, and that's just like
And you got a guy to do the rebuild?
one instance. Yeah, absolutely.
That
We
is
have
excellent.
so many talented people in our company. It's scary.
That's
It's
good.
awesome. Yeah, I'm so proud of our team.
Yeah.
And we're all on the same team, and
You really are a team player. When you say
yeah,
team, you
I'm
really
right
do
there
mean it.
down, trying to be on jobs and support, but I also give a lot of the guys a lot of freedom to make their own choices on the job, which that's where the trust comes in. You've got to trust your crew,
Right.
So I like it. I like doing it.
Yeah.
I missed some of the time I had at home though before with Samara. That's
Yeah, because you're working your ass off.
yeah, and the time that we have now, we try and do a great trip.
Right.
We love to travel, and
Well, you just came back from Florida.
Yeah, we had a little scary experience. Up
Little.
back.
I
we
was
were-
scared for you.
Yeah,
I was
thank
ready to
you.
pick you up on
Yes.
my way back from North Carolina.
I think Sarah was getting to drive home too.
Yeah.
But Samara and her friend, they couldn't care less. They had their headphones on, their TVs, and
Just
they
a
were
bumpy ride.
They were just it's good to be 11. So
Yeah.
we were on a direct flight from Orlando home, and it's only like a 2-hour flight. About an hour into the flight, the pilot gets on. The plane starts jumping around a little bit, and like, whatever,
Turbulence.
And it starts dropping a lot. And the pilot gets on, and he says, "Everyone, please, in your seats. Stewardesses, strap in." Or like, I thought we're hitting some turbulence. It'd be over in half an hour, and then we'll be home. But there was this electrical failure code, I guess, that he told us. I didn't get the real story till after. So the plane dropped from like 30,000 feet on the ground in like 10 minutes. It was like a ride, like Universal Studios. It was like
I would not have gotten back on a plane. I can tell you that.
Front row. So the guys were in the back on the way home. They flew us a new plane in. The pilots, they were in the back of us. So we were almost all the way in the bags. Oh, I bought them a drink. Hey, guys, come on, drinks on me.
Yeah.
What actually happened? So the fuel pumps started going one after the other. So no fuel.
It wasn't
pumps
getting
to
fuel.
the engine. We would have had to probably glide down, they said, to the closest airport or maybe possibly take a water landing. So I guess you got to be prepared.
And then the drinks really started flowing.
So I guess you got to listen. It doesn't detract me from flying. I love flying. It's still the safest way to get around.
Right.
So I'll never not fly.
I'm not a good flyer anyways.
Really?
And we had a trip back from Daytona.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Where it was our first trip, Todd and I, ever without our children.
Oh,
we went down to Bike Week with our friends Steve and Lisa.
Right.
And coming home was the absolute worst flight ever. I
Really?
mean, the plane was sideways. It was dropping and
Oh,
up
man.
and down, but it was storm.
Yeah.
But it was like
Yeah. It reminds you.
it was
how-
terrible. And
how-
I'm not a good flyer.
No, not.
And there's people throwing up behind me and hyperventilating and crying, and I'm just there like white knuckling it. I don't even think I could
You need
breathe.
a nice prescription for a couple.
Yeah, I need like Valium or something.
You know,
like-
that's how you feel how
Oh, my God.
inconsequential you are, how
Yeah.
small you are. To
Yeah.
the,
I'm not a big
no.
no.
I like flying. It
But
doesn't
see,
bother
I don't like to be out of control either.
me. Yeah, but you love to travel, so you have
I
to
do.
pick.
Well, I drive.
You drive, yeah.
See,
Places
my
that we
my
go.
friend Maureen and I went.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'll drive. I don't.
Yeah.
I made it from
Drive to
Oriskany.
Cancun.
I made it from Oriskany to Key West in 21 hours
Really?
once.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Went down to party with my father and our friend Skip.
I have a 5-hour rule. Anything over 5 hours. I'm
No,
fine.
see? Well, see, I just drove. My girlfriend and I wanted to go see our new baby
Guys,
down
like
in North Carolina.
Yeah, so Sarah's like, Adeline's
he's
coming
so
back. Can she
perfect.
come and get us?
I told you I would.
I said no. Tomorrow she can come through tomorrow, and we got to.
I would.
I think that we should. I think we're 4 of us. So, we
had to
don't
get
know what
back
car
on.
she has.
Oh no,
And I
we'd have made
told
it.
her, I said, I'm gonna strap you on the roof like.
We would have made it.
Yeah, we would have made it. So
Oh, where there's a will.
yeah,
But yeah, that was a little scary.
I mean that's so
Yeah. I have to fly to Kansas City this year.
Oh really? Have you ever been there?
I have. I went for an H&R Block orientation when I bought an H&R Block franchise.
Nice.
I had to go. That was my first trip ever
Yeah.
away from my whole family. It was like
you love that, huh?
it was gorgeous. It was really nice, and I made some friends there.
Yeah.
So we hit a few restaurants, and then there were some little shops and
Yeah.
a very nice area. But this year we're going for the Irish Fest. It's the
Oh,
Elders last year, and you know how we went in October
Yeah.
to Ireland. So
Yeah.
we're
So you get around.
the whole crew, the whole tour. We're bringing back our bus driver. We're bringing our bus driver over from Ireland to go to the Irish
Get outta
Fest.
here. You guys requested him?
No, we've started a GoFundMe, and we're actually paying for him to come over
Really?
here.
See, it's
So
all
awesome.
connections. Like it's just.
Well, oh my gosh.
When you travel.
Oh, he's so
You
awesome.
meet so many,
Oh, yeah, you really do.
Some people
And the
stay in your life,
elders-
some people
now,
they're just
I've never been
nice
on like
memory.
not a band, follower or
Yeah.
this or that or the other thing. And I do love them, and there's a lot of bands I love.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I would follow them.
Yeah.
I honestly have to say they are the most welcoming, warm people. The first night Ian sat down with us and we got the story of how he and his wife met when they were just children, and what a beautiful love story.
Yeah.
What a beautiful love story, but it was such an experience. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're all going over to Kansas
Awesome.
City
The
and Irish
Europeans-
Fest.
The Europeans are they're just they have a
Friendly.
longer history of their like civilization and
Right.
stuff. They have a lot more history
Right.
than us.
Yeah.
And we have states that are close together, but they have different languages, customs, within a
Oh,
few
yeah.
hours of their border.
Oh yeah.
We were there over Christmas, and we soak it up. We love
Yep.
the food and
Oh yeah.
yeah,
It's all so different.
totally.
Yeah.
You have to see the world, I think.
You really do.
And I think it opens your eyes up. And I think, to be honest with you, everyone, I think because I have so much travel experience, it helps me in the business. I see the way other people run.
Right.
I see the companies that are run globally, even the little smaller juice stands in every corner. You get these little tips and tricks.
Well,
everywhere
even
you go, if you're paying
client to client, when you're dealing with as many refugees as we do in this area,
for sure,
and immigrants that we do in this area, to know their culture is not a bad thing, and there's no better way to know it than to be immersed in it.
talk to them
and
I
being
try to
over
learn
there.
a little bit about each one.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your what's your food? I've gotten little plates of food.
Right. Yeah. Like,
they're feeding
what do I
security
have to eat here?
inspection, like,
Yeah.
this is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love that.
It all ties in together. It's
Oh
just,
yeah. I had my first plum brandy
Did
at a
you?
closing,
Really?
and not something I would recommend.
Oh,
but
drink a lot of that.
I-
It could be out.
oof,
Yeah.
holy crap! It was strong.
Yeah.
It was strong. It was like,
Yeah. You want to try and leave your mark on every person
Oh,
that
you
you come
do.
in contact with.
and they leave their mark on you.
And you leave, you take a little bit of something with you, and then these somethings turn into,
Yeah.
they start to
Yeah.
make sense to you.
Yeah. Everything blooms and flowers.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
We're getting off topic.
Yeah, it's okay.
We're chatting.
Yeah.
So back to the design aspect. So that is excellent. That now you can kind of
And that's just a
put it back
specialty.
together.
Yeah,
You know.
and that's just, there's not a lot of companies like ours, the Envo companies, that they have to subcontract out all this stuff, which
Right.
in our company, we have a full
One stop.
platform of, so you just come to us and we can just do it all for you.
Beautiful.
It really saves the homeowner a lot of hassle, because that would be on them.
Right.
And usually we're caught in these transactions and in between closings, and so there's a time frame to get everything done, and usually it's too much for them to handle. So we just typically, from dry, when we flood cuts,
Right.
floods, take the drywall out, dry it out, take out all the mold, or if there's a big heating system that's all asbestos wrapped,
Right.
we can come in, we can take all the asbestos out and the HVAC system, but we can also install a new one for you. So we're a full service environmental specialty company.
Nice.
We tried to set ourselves apart from everyone. There's not a lot of people that
That are
do what we do, or that can have the capabilities that we have to do. So
Well, and then you changed the name up a little bit.
yeah,
Now we're Rock Solid Environmental,
environmental. Yeah,
which it
the radar.
covers everything.
Yeah, because when we first started, we had this picture that Joe and I always, when we get the new shop built in the summer, it's probably going to hang in our shop. It's our first job. It's like out of his truck. And we
Oh, I
always
love
go
that.
back to that when we land a good contract, or we the company gets ahead. We always send that picture to each other, so we never forget.
Yeah,
That's
where you
we
came from.
Yeah, we have a guy now who we train. We sent he's got a lot of training, and that division is up and running on its own. We do all the sort of testing and stuff, and there's a couple new rules about now anything that comes through HUD, like any big nursing home or apartments that's changing,
Mhm.
they're selling, they have to put a test in every apartment. So
Oh, for radon?
radon test, yeah.
Real in
So
every apartment?
they're changing the laws too, and I think
Wow.
the Department of Labor is talking about, possibly in the next couple of years, the home inspectors are going to have to start getting their to set tests and inspections.
A radon and
Yeah,
certification.
There's no oversight on it now in our
Right.
state. So but I think it's coming down the pike.
Well, now let's go back to this and putting something in every unit. Is that just on ground floor units, or if it's a 3-story, are they making you?
Everything.
Really?
Every apartment will get tested. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
And that's nursing homes,
Yeah, apartment complexes,
student housing.
anything that changes owners or they're taking a loan from anything coming through HUD. You know, they're becoming a lot stricter on all these ENVO laws, all the way
Right.
down from the EPA
Right.
all the way down to our level. Like when we drill concrete, we've got to be silica compliant now. There's all new rules about the dust, the controls, and it's just a lot of red tape that nobody
Right.
wants to cut
Right.
through except us.
Yeah.
But
Which is
once you cut through it and you understand it,
then
then you it's a great industry to be in. It's
Yeah, I
learning a lot.
once you learn the system
Yeah,
and what they want from you when they want it,
yeah,
then you're kind of
yeah.
it flows easily.
And the engineering controls of it's in everything. It's in roofing and shingles, so it kind of ties into what I do.
Right.
You know, I would say that's my competitive edge. I think in the industry. You know, I'm like one of the only home inspectors in the state to be certified across the
Right.
board. So
Right.
you know,
Which is nice.
yeah, it's awesome.
Especially, if I have an older house that I think, has a higher potential
Yeah,
for radon, mold,
the
asbestos.
pipes. Yeah, for sure.
Really, I mean, why would I
All
not
through
call
different
you?
people. And you know what? They're going to charge you more
Right.
individually.
Right,
Where
because
when
they each individually have to.
they're already there, so the homeowner gets quality, but also it's a big savings for them
Right.
too.
I love that.
Yeah, me
That's,
too.
It's huge.
It is.
It
It's
really
huge for
is.
people. They don't have to panic. Like, who am I going to get? Who am I going to call? And then they're calling around because
Right.
a lot of people aren't very familiarized with that end of our
Right.
company. you
Well,
know.
mold is actually relatively new
Yeah.
as far as being something that's being regulated and monitored.
It is, and you can't just go in with a little bit of Clorox and bleach, like
No, that's not acceptable.
it's just it's a lot of training and a lot of because it affects so many other things. Like, when we do our full scale like projects, we've got to turn down off of the HVAC system so that the spores don't fly through the
Right.
whole house and.
Right, and it's
You
not
know,
spreading.
There's so much and there's so much involved in that,
Yeah.
And then the asbestos division. We can't wait to get our claws into that field. It's it is.
There's a lot of asbestos in this area.
It's crazy.
I think about a third of the houses I've shown
Yeah.
over the past week have all had asbestos in them, and it's like
Yeah, and they're bringing that downtown feel back. So all the lofts, apartments,
Right.
they're demoing.
yeah, and they're
they have to-
uncovering ducts
They
with
have to have clearance now from like an inspector. They have to have
Right.
a full scale testing done. So it's been quiet for a while, but now this
Yeah, it's-
urban renewal, I love it. I love
I do
the
too.
progress of our city.
I do too. I'm dying to see what happens down with the Doyle.
Yeah.
Where
One
Piers
of my
and
buddies
Blake
is doing it.
is he?
Pat Cuff.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's he doing there?
He's doing a full remodel.
What's he gonna put in there?
From the cornices around to the windows and the trim. If
And
anybody
he's gonna
needs,
restore it, right?
Pat Cuff is the man. He's the
Nice.
man.
Nice.
I just love seeing positive development in the area.
Me too.
You know,
And there's a lot of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be excited about.
Yeah, and for my daughter too, she's experiencing like all the stuff the city has to offer from the Comets. We got our first season's tickets to,
Oh,
to,
nice.
the, to the Comets, so
Yeah.
she loves going, and so I love seeing this area start to bloom. All the housing,
Oh, yeah.
you guys are in it. You guys are.
Oh, we see it faster than most.
You're making it rain.
Yeah, we see
Yeah,
it faster
I
than
know you
most.
guys do.
And I'm excited too, and like for the exact same reason you said, my daughters.
Yeah.
My 26-year-old, she threatens me one more time. She's going to Virginia. She's getting it.
Go.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna kick her ass.
Yeah, seriously. This.
There's so much around here.
I think we're seeing the most growth that
But-
we've had in a while, and we're doing it.
I
Like,
agree.
Our era is doing it.
Yeah.
Like, the young.
it's our
people are-
generations.
Yeah, it is, which is great.
And our children that we've raised.
Yeah, it's awesome. I couldn't be happier.
I know,
all the even this station, this radio
I
station,
know.
this is unbelievable.
And they're killing it.
killing it.
They are killing
Yeah,
it.
and it's so fun.
I know.
Like it's
I know.
if you can have a nice business and respect in the area and
Yeah.
come in here and have some fun doing this.
Yeah,
oh,
and
that's it.
and what I think makes these guys so successful is they really do. I mean, they focus on
Yeah.
giving back, like Flower Fest.
Yeah.
They're gonna be there. They'll be at the cleanup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
giving
Daniel
back
Barton's
tons.
Mud Fest. They were
Yeah.
there. And I think people see that, and people like hearing about things
Yeah.
that are going locally.
It inspires people to do their part.
does.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna do this. You try and do one good act.
Right, and then
and try
it's-
into at least a day.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah, and
sometimes
so
it's
I think
hard.
I
The
think
real estate
that's
business is hard.
it is. But I think that kind of draws people
Yeah.
to listening, and
Yeah.
especially Z talks a lot about the music scene,
Yeah.
and this and that. So
It's awesome. I'm so pumped to be
they do a good
part of
job.
this,
Well, yeah, because your logo is going to be flashing across
Yeah,
the screen
That's
shortly.
awesome, for
That'll be
sure.
nice.
I
Thank
can't
you.
wait. Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Anytime I'm happy to be there. It's just it's just a good time to like I love the fact that our daughter gets to see all this
Yeah,
progress because we didn't as
No.
kids.
it was so sad.
We were just
When we were growing up, Griffiths was going out.
yeah
GE was going out. Just so much was just leaving.
yeah I was
that-
talking to Frieden today about the Rome boom.
Oh my
like,
God, it's incredible.
it's insane. Like and I don't know a lot about Rome. We hung out at a few bars there in my younger years and
Right.
And we were talking today. We're doing a deal on a couple days, but I said the amount it's insane over there.
It is.
And we and she's invested in there too. She she has the brewery, and we were just talking about that with her.
Yeah.
It was a great like you can feel the pride, and that's what we
It's the hometown.
yeah, it's the hometown.
And
yeah.
everything that we've gone through, all of the negativity.
Yeah.
That if you give us one little ray of sunshine,
We'll
oh
boom it.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna magnify it.
Yeah, that's the
And
way we feel,
there's
too.
just, so much
Yeah.
going on. You've got beautiful restaurants. You've got higher end bars that are coming in.
Yeah.
The Comets, I mean,
Awesome.
are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Stanley is doing beautiful shows.
It
I mean,
is Broadway and
Yes,
some of
you've-
the bars down on Varick and
Right.
now it's very easy to get to. They've opened the accessibility up and
right. And I
You know?
hopefully there's some new things coming to Varick, which
Yeah.
will be exciting.
And I
and
think the housing I projected it. I was looking at some of the studies and other people that I've talking to. And and Aza and I, we talk about this all
Right.
the time. And people get so sick of it at dinner because we talk so much about strategies and
this is a family dinner.
yeah, they're like, go get on your phone somewhere else. And
Yeah.
but we we try and get that competitive edge, and we're
Right.
challenging her. She's challenging me about talks, and it's
That's how you learn
the
and
market's gonna
grow.
be strong. It's
Oh, the
I
market's
don't
incredibly
see it
strong.
slowing down.
No, it's incredibly
Yeah.
strong, incredibly tough for buyers right now.
Yeah, you got to be ready.
You do.
You got to be
You
on
you
point.
yeah.
Loan,
If you like a
approval.
house, sometimes there's not time for a second look,
No.
and sometimes you have to be aggressive with your
3 and 4 bidders.
contingencies
Yeah.
and stuff. So it's
Yeah, it is. It's
but it's exciting and it's a good time,
yeah,
and it's going to be better to buy a house this year than it is next. I think.
yeah, for sure.
I think next year it's just going to get worse, and I don't know.
Yeah,
I
what
think
are you
we're on at
seeing?
least
Yeah, what are you
I think
seeing
we're on
most
at least
of?
a 10-year progression.
Are you seeing
At least.
a lot of the elderly now are getting out of their homes?
I think the winter is killing a lot of
Yeah.
the love of New York
Yeah.
for the elderly.
Unless
Because
we love
the older
ski
bones and this and that.
snowmobile and we,
Right, but I think a lot of them are moving, at least
Yeah.
North Carolina.
they're getting out of their homes.
Right, and then they're coming back and staying with the kids.
And then we're seeing.
Are you seeing a lot more in-law situations?
Yes.
A lot of those conversions.
I did too. Just the other week.
Right. And so
And then we're seeing younger first-time home buyers buying these
Yes.
older homes that they
they want to
have their-
fix up and they
they're
want to
fixed
put
up
their
and you're giving
touch
them
on.
Yeah, they're giving them the passion to do that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
it's
It's changing.
It is.
You know, everyone wants to say, millennials are lazy, and not the ones I see, not the
Yeah.
ones I deal with, because the ones I see and deal
They
with
get a bad
are busting their butts,
Yeah.
buying houses, fixing them up.
Yeah.
Sometimes buying 2 families, fixing them up, renting them out, buying their next house.
Yeah,
And then they're
they
investing.
get a bad rap as a whole. I mean, one
yeah.
apple can't spoil the.
No, and I
you
think
know,
a lot of people do that for a lot of
they-
groups and whatnot.
Every like I'm a wire. I think there's Xers.
Yeah,
guys
boomers
cheering
and
for the boomers.
yeah,
Everyone's happy. Listen, I don't care if you're happy doing what you're doing. That's awesome. I'm happy for people. I don't try and put people in those
no.
like stereotypes. If you want to work, if you want something, you
work.
You work for it.
Yeah, you can definitely make it happen. You just have
You
to
can
work harder or smarter.
absolutely both.
Right.
Work smarter,
Yeah,
not harder, but you have
Yeah.
to do both.
you do. You do. You have to put in the effort.
Yeah. So
For
how was the sisters? We got to give a shout out to the other 2 sisters. What are
Lori,
they-
Patty.
Yeah. What's up,
Hey,
girls?
And Joelle's out there. Joelle was
Yeah.
watching. So
Yeah. What's up, Joelle? How are
it's
you?
been good. It's been
Yeah.
busy.
I know you guys
Yeah.
have. You guys been on fire.
Oh, we're super excited to have our.
I come in to hug
our
you, it's
Joelle,
just
too.
like flaming.
I know. Shh, gonna burn you.
I couldn't be happier for
Yeah.
you guys, and that's what it is. It's hard
Yeah.
work,
Yeah.
determination,
And you know what I found in training Joelle is it makes me take a step back to like the basics.
what's a new
that-
agent thinking?
Right.
Yeah,
Right. That
for sure.
sometimes you don't really think about or remember, and you're like, oh yeah, or
comes back to
how
you.
did I feel?
Yeah,
You try and work it out. So like, all right, how did I feel when I wrote my first contract? Well, I was scared as shit.
you were absolutely like our first.
I had a little
yeah.
cheat sheet. Kathy White.
Yeah,
Kathy White trained me to write
Kathy.
contracts, and she's a stickler.
she is.
If you get Kathy to
Fierce
train you
competitor.
to write a contract, that contract is going to be tight.
Yeah, sure. Fierce.
There are
competitor.
no
Love
blanks.
Kathy.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
She's doing the right again for missing children.
Yeah. Oh my God, she's a beast.
She is
It's awesome.
incredible,
Got it
just
all.
simply incredible.
Yeah.
That woman. But yeah. So she taught me how to trained me to write a contract.
Yeah, Joe's
so
gonna
it's
do
like-
good. I mean, she's got you. You know,
Yeah, I
you
love
guys
her.
all helping her. But you really, you're right though. You have to step out of that experience and
and take it back a couple of steps.
yeah, because you remember because when you first start, you're a different age than you are now, and you're different experience levels. So a lot of things change in those.
yeah.
You know,
A lot of classes.
but having 3 of you girls to be her
yeah.
mentor, it's
And we're all different.
yeah, you are.
Which will help because nobody's the same. Nobody works the same. It just, we all have different styles and
Yeah.
different ways that we do things.
Patty, I met one of the very first people in the industry. Like, Lori introduced me around
Right.
into the office, and because her and Sarah used to work together
Right,
at the hospital, so
right.
I knew Lori.
Yeah,
so
so you.
she took my arm, and we whizzed through the office. Like, I met like
Yes, and that's
40 agents the first day, and Patty, this is Patty. She's like, get in here. Are you going to do a good job? You're going to be one of the 3 people that I recommend. And I just said, okay, like.
and if
you're-
you don't do a good job, you're
Yeah.
gonna hear it.
yeah, so Patty's got a special place, and
I love Patty.
oh yeah,
She's just.
yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah.
know,
Well,
and-
I'm pretty lucky. My partners are
Yeah.
incredible women.
Yeah.
Beyond the
Everyone's
business, they're
strengths, though, and
incredible women.
When you combine all 3 of your strengths,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
ridiculous. Like,
It's a powerhouse.
it's a power. Yeah,
Not to sound arrogant,
it's not at all.
but
You
we
can't-
are
you
a
can't go,
great. We click.
You can't go arrogance if it's the truth.
Right.
It's just not.
We've earned it,
Oh my God, 10
we've earned
times
it.
over. Yeah, it's
but
I
it
lo-
is awesome.
yeah, and when it's what's nice is we're constantly learning from each other.
Oh,
like
absolutely. Always progress.
yeah, you have to step forward always.
Say hi to Z. Hi Z.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, we're on Instagram.
Oh, really? Hey, what's up?
Hi, Instagram.
Insta?
So I just want to remind you guys, This Wednesday. 11 o'clock, either meet at City Hall or 12 o'clock, meet at Oneida Square. We're going to clean up, get ready for Flower Fest this Saturday.
Yeah.
You're going to bring Mom to Flower Fest from 11 to 3, make her happy, and then cook her dinner on Sunday, too, just for, you know.
We're throwing a bash at our house on Sunday.
Are you?
Yeah, the first
I'll
one.
be
The
over.
pool's open Wednesday.
Okay,
So
we'll see you Sunday.
Mother's Day.
Azza will love it.
Yeah.
Azza will love it. I'll bring some champagne.
Throw Azza in the pool.
Yeah, we'll throw Azza in the pool and then give her mimosas. Azza's going to kick both our asses.
No way.
She's tougher than both of us put together.
Yeah, I say.
And if you're out this weekend and you have a little bit too much fun, remember, call Nick. 315-500-NICK. When you need legal help quick. Yeah. I need Chicken out here to do these with me. So, Ben, thank you so much for joining me. You're definitely going to have to come back.
Oh, fun.
You know you're one of my favorites.
Yeah, also you too. It's been a great
So when you start another division, God knows where you're going next.
Let's get these ones running.
Get these solid and then
for sure.
All right. And thank you everybody for listening. I want you to all have a great week and we'll see you next week.
Enjoy the weather.
I know it's going to be gorgeous.
Yeah.
Bye.
A home? Look her up online at coldwellbankers.com.
The Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley was born when 3 top-producing agents with over 25 years of combined experience selling real estate joined forces to take real estate to the next level. We practice with honesty, integrity, and the knowledge to help make the buying and selling process easy and stress-free for all of our clients. We pledge to always make our clients our top priority from start to finish and even after the house is closed. We will always be a valued resource for information and assistance for our buyers and sellers. Our customers over the years have become not only past clients, but great friends. As we join hands together as the Property Sisters of the Mohawk Valley, we look forward to serving our clients and our community and making a positive difference. You can reach us at 315-601-9630 for all of your real estate needs.
When it's your hard-earned money on the line that you are investing into a home, it makes sense to choose a proven professional to assist you in making one of the biggest investments you may ever make. Josh's dedication of over 20 years to the home construction industry allows him to bring knowledge and experience to your doorstep. That means you can feel confident and comfortable with his service to you. Past clients love his attention to detail and thorough written reports. By allowing Priceless Inspections to help you make a well-informed decision concerning your property, you will find that a quality inspection is priceless. Follow Priceless Inspections on Facebook or call 315-525-8725.
Hi, this is attorney Nick Pasalacqua. The team of attorneys I have assembled at Pasalacqua & Associates has been carefully hand-picked to include the best trial attorneys in the particular areas of the law that we practice. Have you been charged with DWI or any other crime? Members of our team include former assistant district attorneys, now fighting to protect your rights 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you or someone you love been seriously injured in a motor vehicle accident? Members of the team at Pasalacqua & Associates include former insurance defense attorneys, now fighting to ensure that you get every penny you're entitled to. If you need legal help quick, don't waste your time or money calling anyone else. Remember, for legal help quick, you better call Nick and the team at Pasalacqua & Associates. 315-500-NICK or 315-500-6425 or visit cnytriallaw.com today.